Jarin introduces Grogu to Mandalorian combat training. Grogu wins a training match, but his opponent, Ragnar Vizsla, is captured by a large Shriek-Hawk. Bo-Katan gathers a hunting party, which includes Jarin and Ragnar's father, Paz Vizsla, and leads them to the Shriek-Hawk's nest. The armorer forges a new piece of Mandalorian armor for Grogu, a rondel bearing Jarin's Mudhorn's sigil. As she works, Grogu has visions of his rescue from the burning Jedi Temple by Jedi Master Kelleran Beck and sympathetic members of the Naboo armed forces. Vizsla's overeagerness to save Ragnar disrupts Bo-Katan's plan and leads to a difficult aerial rescue in which Bo-Katan and Jarin rescue the boy unharmed, killing the Shriek-Hawk by causing it to fall in the range of a dinosaur turtle, collecting its chicks to be raised and earning the clan's respect. As the armorer replaces Bo-Katan's pauldron, lost in the scuffle with the pterosaur, Bo-Katan reveals her encounter with the mythosaur, but the armorer meets her account with indifferent disbelief. Thanks for stopping by the Surge T channel. I am Surge T, and that is the synopsis for Chapter 20, The Foundling, which is Episode 4 of Season 3 of The Mandalorian. A very good episode. An episode that we had some, callbacks and some nods to past Star Wars. Things that were answered, and a return of not a character, but someone who played a character that not many people liked. A character that probably and perhaps is one of the worst characters ever in the Star Wars universe, franchise, however you want to say it. I'll get into that as I go along in my recap and thoughts. But this episode was surprisingly, and I maybe shouldn't be surprised, but Carl Weathers, who plays Grief Karga, directed this episode, and quite well, I might add. A very, very good paced, well-paced episode, very well acted. I like the story. I love the... Let's just get into this. Let's just talk about the cuteness of, the adorableness of Grogu. In this episode, it was just a lot of fun seeing the little guy doing, pretty much advancing his training and really starting to come a long way, I mean, this episode, like I said, let's just get into it. Let's talk about the things that were brought up and what may have, really, really raised eyebrows. And a lot of people are talking, a lot of people are chattering. Let's talk about the individual who did return to Star Wars. And like I said, a man who played probably one of the worst characters, one of the most polarizing characters in all of Star Wars. And that, of course, is Ahmed Best, who played Jar Jar Binks. I say that and, I cringe inside. It's probably one of the worst. I don't know what George Lucas was thinking about bringing him, to the Phantom Menace. Didn't they give him like a bigger role in the Clone Wars, or Attack of the Clones, I should say, and stuff like that, where he was like, what was he, like part of the Senate or something like that? It was, it's something that I want to forget, and I'm sure a lot of people want to forget. And unfortunately, Ahmed Best got a lot of grief for it. Probably a lot of death threats. Maybe he got a lot of hate for it. I don't understand why. The guy's just playing the character. You can tell, you can see the behind the scenes when he's doing the character and nothing like that. He's putting his best into it. No pun intended, that's his last name. But he comes back as Kelleran Beck, who was there when Grogu escaped during the Order 66, where it was ordered that all Jedi be killed. He got out there with the help of Kelleran Beck. And boy, I gotta tell you, when he came out with those two sabers and he was just deflecting, blasters and blaster shots and stuff like that, and making it to where those blasters would shoot back and hit those stormtroopers or those you know whatever version of the troopers those were, stormtroopers they were. Um, but it was really a great scene, and the fact that he is actually known as someone who protected the foundlings, protected the young ones, the younglings. And it's a really, really just a great way to bring Ahmed Best back. And yeah, there are some people that I've read and people that I've met that like Jar Jar Binks, and I guess it's up to what you want. And if that's what you like, I'm not gonna, I'm not going to be like, oh, you're dumb for doing that. No, if they did, they did. The worst characters can bring out the best in some people, and they actually like that person. They like that character, But I really just did not understand. He did not fit into the Star Wars, whole galaxy, the lore, or whatever you want to say, however you want to say it. I don't know what George Lucas was thinking. Like, he brought him there. Like, there's a lot of characters that are weird, that are out there, that are like, you're just weirded out by it. Unique. But for some reason, Jar Jar Binks was just so goofy and over the top. You have Qui-Gon Jinn and young Obi-Wan with little Anakin there talking, and he's just there, fucking using his tongue to, get a fly. And then there's that one instance where Qui-Gon grabs his tongue to pretty much tell him, stop talking, stop being a goofball. We're talking serious here, But I enjoyed it. I'm glad that Ahmed Best is used in the capacity that he was used, portraying a very, very like just a very an amazing Jedi character like Kelleran Beck. I've never heard of him, and I'm a fan of Star Wars, but there's a lot of things you learn. Even if you're a fan, you do learn something new every day, because he's probably from, because oftentimes a lot of characters that they introduce into these shows are from the animated shows and from other stories or books that I've not read. But let's get into the recap of this show. We saw Grogu. Like I said, he's introduced to combat training by Mando by Jaren. And the thing about him is that he is just so, he's so cute. The way he's standing there, and he's such a little guy, and he scoots by. I mean, he's over there playing, it's like he's over there, like playing, on the sand there with these hermit crabs. They look like rocks. Even Mando's like, hey, stop playing with those. I mean, we got something to do. Stop playing with those rocks. And they actually are hermit. Once he walks away, they end up popping out of the sand, and they're hermit crabs, sand crabs. I thought that was cute. It was really, really cute. Like how he was looking like he was manipulating them and making them move the way he wants them to move, and stuff like that. I mean, I think he's on the sly building up his powers, building them up without. Because I've noticed that, of course, in every episode and even other seasons, like, he's still a baby. He's a powerful, he's getting more and more powerful, and he's shown his power. Look what he did in the last episode when he knocked that cave dweller, out of the, what do you call it, out of the cave, and it's like it's one of those things where he's like, whimpering, and he's cooing like a baby and things like that, and even looking up at Din Djarin, when he's faced with doing a test, which is the one that he challenges, ends up being the son of Paz Vizsla, little Rygar, and then he says, okay, challenger chooses, and then he's like, darts. And then he gets 2 darts off, and he's, they're training darts, so there's no thing out there. Just puts like, it looks like somebody shooting a paint gun at somebody, He gets too off on Grogu, and he's looking up at what do you call it? At one time, he was looking up at him, and then what do you call it, saying like, don't look at me." Like Mando's like, "Don't look at me. You know what to do. You know what you're doing." And then when Rygar looks to shoot him and hit that third and final shot, the first to three wins. The little Grogu flips over him, then he flips back, and then he shoots off all three. And it's hilarious because how he is an innocent little guy. He's still training, he's still growing. They even said, why is he here? He's too small to train. Even the Rygar said that, and he's like, Mando's like, well, he doesn't know how to talk, so he can't really say the creed. And he wins, and there's a Grogu, and I love the little back and forth with the armor and Grogu, and then also with Katie Sackhoff, with Bo-Katan and Grogu. It's like she's the mom, as Mando is the dad. Like she's encouraging him. So like, you got this kid, kiddo, like that. And I thought that was so cute, and it's so like just it's just fun to watch, man. I love watching this show, and I love the relationship between Mando and Grogu, and then even now Bo-Katan and Grogu. I like how he got a rondel, which bared Jar Jar's Mudhorn sigil. He's like a little armor that he puts on him and stuff. And he's looking at it with such amazement. He's like, wow, this is so cool. I like my dad. I got a thing. I got a thing that has his symbol on it, But, it's just like, I really, really hope that this show just goes on forever. I really enjoy it. I really did. I mean, let's the thing about that one part when he's before they even did the test and everything. Rygar doubts that Grogu's ability. He doubts his ability due to the fact that he's small. He's small in stature. He has small size. But he does overcome it. He shows that it doesn't matter if he's small. It matters that he knows. Like it's in his mind. He knows what to do. It's like what Mando was saying to him. You know what to do. You don't need my help. You know what to do. Encouraging him like a father would. And him doing that and doubting him, saying that he's too small. It's just like it reminds me of Luke Skywalker in The Empire Strikes Back, when he doubted that Yoda, because of his size, it would be impossible for him to lift the X-wing out of the swamp there in Dagobah. But he does, right? And Luke couldn't believe it. He says, I couldn't believe it. And then he pretty much, Yoda said that's why you fail. Because he really didn't think past the whole thing of, it doesn't matter the size. Like he thought, how many times bigger is he than Yoda, right? And then he couldn't even lift the TIE fighter. I mean, the TIE fighter, the X-wing. But Yoda did, and Yoda's much smaller. That was a really good callback. I like that. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people caught that, and I hope they did, because that's really one of the things that kind of mirrors, a scene with Grogu and with Yoda, But like I said, this episode, I enjoyed it a lot. I honestly think that it's probably one of the best episodes. I really, really enjoyed it because of what Ahmed Best coming back. Grogu is growing now as a young, foundling and learning the ways of the Mandalorian. Can you imagine him with a Mandalorian helmet on? That would be the cutest thing, you know. But I don't know. They couldn't make the one that small, you know. And then Grogu is still a baby. He's still young, so he doesn't know completely what he's doing in the sense that he's still learning. That's why he has those powers and he has the abilities and all that, but he's too young to know or to understand. And I think that him being trained by Ashoka and Tano and with Luke and stuff like that, they want him to learn at his own pace. Like they want him to gradually get better and better and get stronger and stronger. As you can see in here, like he just like I said, he acts like how a child, how a baby would act, cooing and looking up and looking to his dad for answers and help and stuff like that, as a baby, as a child, as a toddler would. But you see that he has the ability to just remember that one back in what season that was, where it was like that rhino looking beast that was running at Mando, and then Grogu was able to stop it. That thing was 100 times bigger than Grogu, and he was able to stop it. Like I said, he kicked that thing out of the cave, right? He just made him fly out of the damn cave. Much bigger than Grogu. But I think it's because he's so young that he doesn't fully grasp his powers. He can do it when he's pushed, when he feels like he has to. You imagine when he harnesses his powers and he's at the point of being a master, he's going to be a powerful Jedi, powerful Mandalorian. You know, what is his? He's going to be trained in so many ways. Like, what is he going to be eventually? You know. But I also enjoyed the scene with the what's the name of that Shriek Hawk. The way they were able to retrieve the rescue Rygar and then hand them off to Paz Vizsla. And just the coincidence that when they dropped the Shriek Hawk, it just lands right into the waiting mouth of a sea turtle, sea dinosaur, or whatever that thing was. You know? There's a lot of people out there that are complaining about The Mandalorian. They're saying, oh, there's too many monsters that are being introduced into this thing. What do you want? Guarantee you, these are the same people that will complain, oh, there's not enough monsters in this. It's like with The Walking Dead. That's an example I'll give. They will say, not enough walkers, not enough zombies. We want character-driven episodes. We want to, you know, follow along with Rick and Michonne and all that. And then when they are not there, and it's a lot of, when it's not them, but it's more focused on the walkers, you know. It's like, oh, where's did I just say that? But it's like, if there's too many walkers, they say we want more characters. We want to, you know, follow them. And then when it's all about them, there's no walkers. Where's the walkers? Like, there's just people out there that just want to complain. They just want a reason to complain because that's their lot in life. They got nothing going on in their life, so I'm just gonna complain about something. Oh, I want to nitpick at this scene and nitpick at that. I thoroughly enjoy these creatures from the Star Wars universe and seeing these monsters and seeing these things that come out. You know, that's what it's about, isn't it? Isn't that what Star Wars is about? It's not only about the people, the humans that are there. It's about other people. It's about the creatures too. It's about everything. Different ships, different villains, different heroes, all that. You know, they all, what's the word? But they all, you know, are part of that universe. And people want to complain. I'm not complaining. I absolutely love this show. This season so far is really, there's a lot of fun. That's all I can say about the overall thing I can say. The one word, if someone said, what's the one word? I say fun. I mean, it absolutely is. I enjoy Grogu, you know, Mando. and Bo-Katan. And when you see Grief Karga, it's awesome to see him times. Like I said, Carl Weathers did an excellent job directing this show. You know, I can't praise him enough. Really great job. But, you know, I may have babbled a little bit during this, you know, because sometimes I'm trying to figure out what word I'm trying to, and sometimes my mind is jumbled sometimes. You know, especially because I just got home from work, so I'm tired. But, you know, my channel has to go on, and I have to, you know, put these videos out. Hopefully you guys understood what I said, and hopefully you guys enjoy my videos. I do what I can, and I just go about it the way in my style. You know, I try not to script myself. I try not to follow a thing. You know, a couple of notes here so that I can keep on track. You know, and stuff, because I would probably forget if I didn't do that. But you know, I absolutely enjoyed this episode, and I'm looking forward to the next one. Well, yeah, you know, that's I could end it there. You know, that's my video. So for those of you who stopped by and checked it out, I appreciate it. Thank you for your support. And in closing, as always, take care.